Hi there, I'm Taylor and welcome to Tay TV, the place to be for all things yoga and wellness related. For today's episode, I'm going to talk you through my 5 favorite poses for spine release. So if you're anything like me, when I sleep, I'm all over the place. I'm twisting, I'm turning, and I'm in the weirdest positions. So when I wake up, the first place that I feel all my stress and tension is in my spine. And you really don't realize how much stress in your spine limits your movement until you really feel it, right? So I'm going to talk you through the 5 poses that I do in my own self-practice that really help relieve this tension and the stress. So if you're like me, you're going to love these stretches. It's going to feel amazing. All right, so when you're ready, roll out your mat and we will begin. Okay, so the 5 poses I'm going to talk you through. The first one is CatCow. So get on your hands and knees on all 4s, and we'll do some movements here in CatCow. So press the palms under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, spreading the fingers nice and wide, dropping the belly down, bringing the gaze up, wide across the collarbones. This is the inhale. Right, this is cow. So inhale as you wide across the collarbones, relaxing the shoulder blades down, your spine away from the ears. And then on the exhale, chin to chest, pressing the palms down, lifting the navel up, the core up, right? Spreading through the shoulder blades, nice and wide, really arching the back, breathing into that space there. And then dropping the belly. Again, inhale, dropping it down. Shifting the gaze up wide across the collarbones. And then exhale, chin to chest, pressing the palms down wide across the shoulder blades and the back body. Taking a few more breaths here on your own. Doing one more full round. And coming back to a neutral spine. So again, with the palms under the shoulders, knees under hips, step that right foot back, flip the toes, maybe start rocking forward and back just as a nice calf stretch here. And then when you're ready, you can slide that right foot outside to the left, outside the left foot, maybe outside the mat as well, reaching back through that right heel. Lengthening the spine to the top of the head, that's the inhale, and then exhale, shifting the gaze over that left shoulder, looking back at the right ankle. Breathing here, breathing into that right side body, keeping the length in the spine, and then coming back to center. Switching sides, flipping the left toes, stretching them back nice and long. And then sliding that foot outside the right leg, the right mat, right edge of the mat. As you press through the left heel, inhale, lengthening through the top of the head, and then exhale, shifting the gaze over that right shoulder. Again, as you breathe, breathing into that left side body, take a full inhale. And then exhale, coming back to center. So you can do that a couple more times if that feels good for you. I just wanted to give you a little demo. That's the second pose. That's pose 2. I don't really think that has a name. Not that I know of, at least. It's just an exercise that I really like to do, kind of incorporating a few yoga positions, right? So that's 2. The third one will come to a nice, comfortable seated position. So you can remove the flesh from your sits bones. If it's difficult for you to sit tall, prop your hips up with a blanket, something that helps you just elevate the hips a little bit, take some of the tension off of the hips. And then we'll do a spine twist from here. So inhale, first reaching the arms up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, twisting over to your one side, maybe your right side with me. And then inhale, sitting nice and tall. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Taking a few breaths here, and with each inhale, really focusing on reaching through the top of the head, and then exhale, twisting just a little deeper. And then coming back to center. We'll do the same thing here as you inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting over to the other side. Again, taking an inhale, reaching tall through the top of the head. And then exhale, twisting a little deeper. Breathing here, a few more breaths. And then coming back to center. Okay, so that's the third pose, seated twist. The fourth pose, we're gonna come into Sphinx Pose. So again, you can start on all fours or maybe even a child's pose. And then from either position, just sliding forward onto your belly, coming onto the forearms. So elbows are under your shoulders, arms are parallel to one another, palms pressed into the earth. And first notice if you're sinking your shoulders down by your ears, staying lifted. So really pressing into the forearms and the elbows to stay lifted here, shoulders back down your spine. So your legs are nice and long, reaching the toes back behind you. They're activated but not too strong, right? Just that happy medium place. And we're really trying to find length in the lower back here. So imagining really reaching the tailbone down and back, along with the toes, right? And as you breathe here into the front body, notice, bring your attention to the lower belly. So that's the place above the pubic bone and below the navel. And see if you can lift it up off the earth. So no sucking in, but see if you can lift that up a little bit. That's the sensation we're looking for here. So staying lifted in the elbows and the shoulders, lifting the lower belly, reaching long through the tailbone and the toes. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then release into the ground. You can bring the arms back behind you, coming onto one cheek, and then just shaking the hips out side to side. Awesome. Okay, so that's the fourth pose, right? That's Sphinx. The fifth pose, starting in a downward dog position, so lifting the hips up and back. This is the best way to get into this pose in my opinion. And then lift that right leg up and back a little bit and then stepping it forward. Coming into this running lunge position, runner's lunge position. So keeping your hands down on the earth, right foot's planted. That back leg can be, the back knee can be lifted like this with a nice long spine, or drop the knee down if you're looking for something a little bit more relaxing, right? Either way, take that left hand, placing it on the earth, and then twisting over to the right, reaching up to the sky with the right fingertips. So there's a few things with the spine to think about. First, lengthening the spine. We always want to lengthen, reaching through the top of the head from the tailbone all the way up, right? So with that length, then we twist. Wringing out the spine here, the back muscles. You'll also feel the stretch a little bit on that right hip and right glute area. I do right now, but definitely in the spine as well. So taking one more full breath here, and then releasing that hand down, stepping back to plank, lifting the hips up and back. We'll do the other side to even things out. Take that left leg up and back, and then stepping it forward, coming to this running lunge position. Again, back knee can be lifted or drop it down for something a little bit more relaxing. And then again, focusing on lengthening the spine from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. Long spine, planting the right hand, twisting over to the left, reaching up to the left fingertips. So taking a few breaths here, wringing it out. And then releasing that down. Again, stepping back to plank. This time lowering the knees, pressing back to child's pose. Take a few breaths. This is actually really good for the spine as well. So this is an added pose. Child's pose is good for a lot of things. But all right. So when you're done with that, that is the 5 poses that I love to do for my spine. Sometimes my morning practice or my daily practice is just a bunch of those poses, right? I just do them over and over again. So yeah, that's the 5. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below and share some of the love. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode. We have new episodes every Wednesday with similar videos to help you go deeper in your practice and just learn more about the poses in general in yoga. So if that sounds good, make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you next week, my friend. Have a great day. Namaste.